Yo, yo, what's up? Today I just wanted to talk about being Catholic, and if you have any questions about being Catholic, I will answer them to the best of my ability. I was going to go for a walk, but it's raining right now. I'm trying not to be too loud. My fiance is asleep. But yeah, this call is going to be um, over the topic on why you are not Catholic. Give me a reason for you not being a Catholic, and we can discuss it and figure out what to do from there. I can tell you why I'm Catholic. I'm Catholic because I didn't grow up Catholic. I grew up Protestant. My mom was a Christian who didn't care. She believed that she was going to live how she wanted and she would just suffer the consequences after she died. She didn't care. My stepdad, he was an atheist. So he didn't even believe in God, or he still doesn't. And I grew up mostly in a Baptist church. And when I turned 18, I went to a Catholic church. And from there, I started looking into church history, reading the Bible more, and just falling in love with the Catholic tradition. And that's why I became Catholic. Then I forced myself to have to defend what I believed by going to a Southern Baptist university for my first 4 years in college. And most of the people there they were not very Catholic. They did not like Catholics. A lot of them thought Catholics were going to hell. And so I had to learn how to defend what I believed through listening to debates, reading the Bible, listening to Catholic talks, and all this other stuff. I lived in a part of the USA in Kentucky where Catholics were not seen as Christian. A lot of them saw Catholics as heretics. Some even thought the Pope was the Antichrist. And I had a friend in college, he was an atheist, and he lived where I lived, around the area that I lived. And he went home because I was talking to him about the miracles of the Catholic faith and the history of the Catholic faith and whatnot. And he started considering being Catholic. And he went home and told his grandma, and his grandma told him that she would rather him stay an atheist than become a Catholic. Funny enough, that was like 22 years ago. And just a few weeks ago, he messaged me on Facebook and asked if I was still Catholic. And so we've been discussing it again. So who knows? Maybe he will look into that. He's a very libertarian kind of guy, a little bit conservative, I guess. He's more conservative than libertarian. And he's seeing that a lot of the Christian churches, at least in America, are turning away from their traditional views. And he doesn't like that, but he sees that the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church are the two churches that really are not turning away from what they've always traditionally believed. The problem with the Orthodox Church is how it's not as universal as the Catholic Church. You can go just about anywhere and find a Catholic church. An Orthodox church, where I lived, I would have to drive hours before I could get to an Orthodox church. So it didn't feel as universal as the Catholic Church, honestly. I've had friends who are part of the Seventh Day Adventists. I have Mormon friends. I have Baptist friends, atheist friends, Muslims. I try to talk to everyone I can, and I listen. I like to listen to what they believe and why, and then I explain what I believe and why. So I try to be a good Catholic, but well, it depends on what you mean by good Catholic, I suppose, because a good Catholic realizes that they're going to sin. Hey, hello, good morning. It's really early. I usually wake up around 3 to 4 in the morning. It's 5 here now. My fiance is in there. She's asleep, and I don't want to wake her up, so I'm just going to sit out here and talk. Yeah, I I wake up early because the morning time I have the most energy in the morning time, and I get a lot done when I wake up early. I typically go for a walk around this time. I will go for a walk here soon. I'm waiting for the sun to come up more. I uh, my fiance always tells me to be careful walking before the sun comes up because there might be some bad people that roam the streets early in the morning. And I know when I lived even in Kentucky, when I lived in Louisville. Oh, thank you. Where did I get this? I got this at a mall in Calibo. Uh, I think that's where I got it. I'd have to ask my fiance. She was with me when I got it, but I think it was in a mall in Calibo. It was the new mall, the Gasano Mall in Calibo. I had a different one I got from the military when I was in the military, but it I think I left it somewhere and I forgot it. I think it was that time I was in Calibo and we were having a fiesta, and I left it at one of the places we ate. And oh well, I guess somebody has it now. Have a cat with me. I have no idea. You tell me. But I like to wear my cap and my sunglasses. I'm not a big fan of my eyes because he knew a shortcut. Of course he did. That sounds about right. Look at my hair. They cut it short. Sorry, the cat is demanding attention. I never sit outside, and he really likes me. This cat does. I love animals. I tend to get along with animals more than I do people. A few days ago, when I was going for my walk, it really looked like I had an army of animals coming behind me because I had like 3 cats, a bunch of chickens, and a dog all following me out of here until I got to the road and they all ran back. Yeah, but I love animals. It drives my fiance crazy. She's afraid of animals, especially stray ones, because she's always afraid of rabies. Me, I'm not so much. I've I know the signs of rabies typically, and if a animal scratches you or bites you and it stays where you're at, so like if I got bit by a random animal, I'd probably go. But if it was like an animal that stays around here, I would just watch it to make sure that it didn't have any signs of rabies. If it was like a random dog or a random cat, then I would probably go get a shot. But typically, I'm not worried about it. She's worried about anything. We had to get rid of her dog that was like 3 weeks old because it bit me and scratched me, and I didn't care. I was just playing with it. But then it bit her when it was playing, and she freaked out, had to go get a shot. So we gave the dog away, and the dog's fine. That's been that's been October, I think, or December. We got the dog in October, and then we gave her away in December. So about 6 months ago. Me, I love animals. I love to play with animals, especially dogs. It was a Siberian Husky. Well, I did not know that. Funny you say that. Uh, that's I'm a space studies major. I'm getting my master's in space studies. Uh, we've been talking a lot about in one of my classes. We've been talking a lot about Mars. Bruno Mars. When I was in the military, we had a drill sergeant when we were running one morning, and he actually used a Bruno Mars song to sing while we were running. So we had to sing it while we were running, and it worked out perfectly. Every step was perfect with the song. But I don't remember the name of the song. I know how it goes. I just don't remember the name of it. He was a fun drill sergeant. He could be mean, but he was mean in like a sarcastic way. When you're in training, you can't have contacts, and my glasses broke, and I couldn't see very well. And he didn't believe me, and I don't remember what he said, but I responded to it, and then he said, "Well, how did you know it was me?" And I said, "I could tell by your voice because he has a very distinct voice." I miss the military. I'd love to go back. It was a fun time. I tell my fiance all the time if I ever get a chance to go back to the military, I will, just not with the job I had. But everything else was great. It was hard, a lot of hours, but it was fun. Is no. Did you know knowing is no no? No, no. What? I am I am confused. This cat is demanding attention. He's been here since I moved here, and he stays at my place now. He just sits here and waits for me to come out every morning. And then there's there's another one. He takes care of that one. That one's a little younger than him. I want to take that one to the vet. Hopefully it stops raining. I can go for my walk. And hopefully the sun comes up a little more. What time is it? 5:25. Okay. Yeah, if y'all have any questions about being Catholic, just ask me. I I I'm accidentally rare to see because I'm online. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I was I've been trying to do lives once a week. Last week, this was scheduled for last week, but we had a power outage for whatever reason, so I couldn't get online. And then I thought it was going to happen again today because last night the internet just shut off, and I don't know why, but it shut off. But when I woke up this morning, it was back on. So I got up immediately and started um, working and doing what I needed to do. All right. Well, say what you want, my friend. I don't typically do live, so you're more than welcome to leave.